Hello and welcome back once again. It's time for the golden age of DC Comics 365 days, where I take a beloved hardcover coffee table book that was given to me. That was given to me by one of my best friends about 2 decades ago, and it's served my coffee table ever since. It's been a great source of conversation, and I wanted to bring it here with us today, now, and we can have comic book shop style conversations like we used to, right back in the day. And thank you for tuning in. I'm using this 365 days book for its intended purpose. What we're going to do is we're going to crack the book open to today's date. We're going to look at some comic book art. We're going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books for a few moments. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be here, will you? Come on in. And I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you can escape the problems of the world, if only for a few moments, with a good slice of fiction or even an issue of a comic book. And we're gonna, you can be spirited away. And, that's the point of fiction, some escapism. And nurture your imagination. It needs, all of our imaginations need work these days. And so let's get to it. We're going to crack the book open. Today's date is May the 27th. And this is art by C.C. Beck. It's from Captain Marvel Adventures number 18 from December of 1942. Eureka! Success! My Imagino Reproducer works! It's I was going to say a mad scientist, but is it a mad scientist? Am I making up the story too soon? Let's read the blurb and find out. Another in a series of benevolent but screwball scientists is about to make more trouble for poor Captain Marvel. Professor Archimedes Abrahams' strange invention, the Imagino Producer, quote, will reproduce any object that I imagine. Will reproduce any object that I can imagine. But he hasn't considered all the repercussions, as the big red cheese will eventually find out in the tale entitled Captain Marvel Fights a Nightmare. And every time we bring up Captain Marvel, I try to learn a bit more about Captain Marvel myself. Big fan. There was the 1970s live action television show. There was a cartoon in the early 80s. So I was steeped in Captain Marvel. Had a big crush on Mary Marvel, and so I take the opportunity to once again proudly display my my Kotobukiya shoujo. This is Mary Marvel, and she's done in an anime style, and come on, camera, you can focus. Here we, and she was on sale too, and I just think it's a really nice rendition, and a really nice style, and this is great. Yeah, it's always in my background over here behind us. You'll find her. But also, we've also talked about how in 1967, Marvel Comics trademarked the name Captain Marvel for their very own superhero, who is Marvel of the Kree Empire. So, DC has been trying to use the name Shazam as the character name ever since, absorbing Fawcett Comics and then licensing their properties and eventually just buying them outright. And so they outright own Captain Marvel Jr., Mary Marvel, Dr. Savannah, Mr. Mind, like the entire the entire kit and caboodle. So why don't they refer to him as Captain Marvel more? Are they trying to, like, rebrand? I think that's the whole intention, is to try to rebrand. With the new 52 that came about in 2011, Geoff Johns did a pretty good job of reinventing Shazam and the Marvel family, and for hey, how do we do this for a 21st century audience? How do we, like, it was, it didn't land with me, but it wasn't made for me either. This was made for me. Now, this is really fun. This was made in 2014. After that, and I'm going to guess and say this is pretty much the last classic Captain Marvel adventure we might ever get from DC Comics. This is set in this is Grant Morrison, and he had a line called Multiversity, which was a trip through the DC multiverse, post Flashpoint, but pre-Rebirth, or leading up to Rebirth, and how many was Justice League Incarnate, the Superman of Earth 23, or is it Earth 32? I'm not sure. And just great interpretations of all the different on different Earths in the different multiverse are different versions of our familiar heroes, and it was a robust way. The Doctor Strange movie is playing with multiverse. The Spider-Man movie did that as well. So they're playing with multiverse over at Marvel as well. So yeah, this is like one with this was Jim Lee did this. This is an amazing the Freedom Fighters on Earth X versus the Super Nazis. Oh gosh, this is trippy as all hell too. The Ultra Comics, Pax Americana. This is amazing. This is a one issue like reinterpretation of Watchmen from their derivative source, the Charlton heroes themselves. It's just so good. They're all given a different Earth. So this is on Earth 5, which kind of looks like an S. It used to be Earth S for Earth Shazam. And so right there, Captain Marvel and the Day That Never Was. So this is one of the last, I'm pretty sure the last times we'll ever see the big red cheese. And look, there's Mary, and there's Freddy. And I love Mary in the white costume. I always thought that was so classy. Look at that. I love that. Just look at this art. The art's really cool too, but the artist himself will go down in infamy for some unsavory choices. But hopefully, just all that notoriety can go away. We can just maybe enjoy the comic itself. And but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 2014 floppy from DC Comics, and I think that's pretty much going to be the last time they ever refer to Shazam as Captain Marvel, because on Earth 5 you don't have to worry. They're not worried about that. It was just, there is no Superman there. There is no Batman there. That is the original Fawcett Comics Earth of Shazam and Fawcett City and WHIZ, and Billy Batson being like the newsboy, and all those fantastic tales, and they still exist on a multiverse Earth in your imagination. Isn't that wonderful? I love talking about comic books, and you know what? I put it on the floor. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. We'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page. Like and subscribe if you could be so kind. Turn on those notifications. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. Yeah, I make daily content. We talk about comic books every day. We talk about anime. We talk about gunpla. We talk about spirituality. I'm an ordained minister and amateur theologian. Hashtag lighten up. It's about enlightenment and how a bit of spirituality can help improve your daily existence. I you know, I live by this, and I want to share this with you too. I am a chef. I share with you my cooking hacks, the What's Cooking playlist. Check it out. And so, yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck. Namaste. God bless. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye bye.